a victory that turned heads across junior golf, followed by a nerve-shredding 3-for-1 playoff at Coral Springs, where Charlie Woods drained a clutch birdie to seize the final U.S. junior qualifying spot. It wasn't given. It was taken with nerves of steel. By the time he teed it up in Dallas, the buzz was electric. Golf Monthly called him a dangerous wild card, and NBC analysts praised his composure and maturity. Every camera was fixed on him, every swing a potential headline. Yet as he stepped onto the first tee with Tiger just steps behind, Charlie's focus was unwavering. He wasn't there to be watched, he was there to compete. The walk, the calm, the quiet confidence, it all looked right. All the ingredients for something special were there, but no one, not even Tiger, could have predicted what came next. By mid-morning on July 21st, the excitement had turned into stunned silence. Charlie Woods, after months of progress and growing hype, opened his U.S. Junior Amateur campaign with a shocking 81, 9 over par, plunging to 242nd out of 264 players, an overnight fall from contender to long shot. The problems started early. Missed fairways, erratic drives, and rough lies that led to double bogeys and a cascade of mistakes. What began as nerves spiraled into frustration. Golf Monthly called it an uphill task before day 2 even began. By the 5th hole, the cheers faded into uneasy murmurs. Fans watched not with awe but concern. A pair of back 9 birdies showed a glimmer of fight, but the rhythm never returned. The image that captured it all, as Yahoo Sports noted, was quiet but telling. Charlie glancing up at Tiger, then back down again. A son searching for strength, and a father silently offering it. It was a quiet, heavy moment. No words, just the unspoken understanding that things were slipping away. Charlie walked off the 18th green without a glance to the crowd. No fist bumps, no smiles, just a slow, head-down walk toward the clubhouse. What began with anticipation ended in silence. This wasn't a rough day. It was a full-on unraveling. The numbers afterward painted an even grimmer picture. NBC Sports and WFAA both reported that Charlie Woods posted one of the weakest statistical rounds of the entire field at Trinity Forest. The driver was the main culprit. Just 3 of 14 fairways hit among the lowest of the day, leaving him to claw his way out of thick, rough hole after hole. When every tee shot becomes an uphill battle, even the best short game can't save you. Around the greens, things didn't improve. Missed targets, tentative chips, and short putts that refused to drop pushed his scrambling numbers deep into the danger zone. Each missed par save wasn't just a lost stroke. It was a blow to confidence. By the time he reached the final holes, the putter had gone cold. The body language said it all. And the round that once promised momentum became a hard lesson under the Texas sun. Putts per hole told the rest of the story. Charlie averaged a full stroke higher than the field, finishing with 35 total putts while most players inside the cut line had 28 or fewer. On the fast, unforgiving greens of Trinity Forest, that gap was fatal. Momentum never came. 4 double bogeys ripped apart any chance of rhythm. Every time it seemed like he might recover, another mistake buried him deeper. By day's end, Charlie Woods sat 12 shots outside the projected +2 cut line for match play. Less a stumble, more a collapse. Statistically, he wasn't just struggling. He was outplayed across the board. As he walked off the 18th green, cameras shifted to the figure trailing quietly behind, Tiger Woods. Hat low, arms crossed, expression unreadable. No words, no reactions. The usual fist bumps, smiles, and quiet advice were gone. Instead, silence. Yahoo Sports described Tiger as visibly tense but composed, while Golf Monthly noted his expression didn't change even after the 4th double bogey. That stoic stillness said everything. This wasn't just a bad round. It was a moment heavy with meaning. A father watching his son falter, a legend seeing the next torch struggle to stay lit, both walking side by side under the weight of expectation and reality. Not as a coach, not as a cheerleader, just watching. Commentators noted that the pressure may finally be cutting both ways. Tiger's done everything to protect Charlie from the weight of his name. But how do you escape Woods when it's printed on your bag and walking right behind you? After several bogeys, Charlie's glances back toward Tiger weren't filled with panic, just quiet uncertainty, as if asking, "What now?" Sometimes silence says more than any lecture could. Day 2 at Trinity Forest offered clearer skies and one last chance at redemption. And to his credit, Charlie delivered a steadier, more composed round, a 74, 3 over par. The wild misses and doubles were gone, replaced by controlled swings and better focus. But in championship golf, progress doesn't always mean survival. The final score, plus 14 across 2 rounds, 12 shots outside the cut line. NBC Sports called it one of the most high-profile exits of the week, not just because of his last name, but because so many believed his game was finally ready to stand alone. After all, this was the same kid who drained a playoff birdie in Coral Springs to qualify, showing poise beyond his years. That was the Charlie Woods everyone came to see, focused, fearless, and free. Instead, they saw a player still learning, still growing, still figuring it out under the brightest and harshest spotlight imaginable. And make no mistake, the spotlight isn't fading. Every swing, every round, every expression will be analyzed, debated, and replayed. He doesn't just carry a golf bag, he carries a legacy. That's not a fair burden for any 15-year-old, but it's his reality now. Yet buried in that second round 74 was something bigger than the numbers. A quiet resilience, a refusal to fold, a lesson in grit. Greatness isn't built in the highlights. It's built in the recoveries, in the moments you keep showing up. And show up he did. Because only a few weeks later, Charlie Woods turned that heartbreak into fuel. Under clear skies and mounting anticipation, he delivered the performance junior golf had been waiting for. A flawless display of control, composure, and confidence that silenced doubt and rewrote his own narrative. From the first tee to the final green, every swing looked sharper, every putt more decisive. He didn't just edge out the field, he dominated it, winning by multiple strokes and proving that his earlier stumble wasn't the end, but the beginning. Overnight, his rankings soared, invitations poured in, and fans witnessed what many had been hoping for all along. Not Tiger's shadow, but Charlie's arrival. In one weekend, he didn't just win a trophy. He shifted the narrative, announcing to the golf world that he's not here to be compared. He's here to compete. For years, the question was whether Charlie Woods could ever escape his father's towering shadow. After this breakthrough victory, the golf world finally had its answer. But even amid the celebration, a quieter, wiser voice emerged. Jack Nicklaus. The Golden Bear didn't just offer praise. He offered perspective. His words weren't meant to dampen the moment, but to protect it. Nicklaus knows better than most that success in golf is only half the battle. The other half is surviving the weight of expectation. He spoke from experience, recalling how his own son Gary once carried the burden of being labeled the next Nicklaus before the pressure forced him away from the competitive scene. For Nicklaus, Charlie's triumph is both a milestone and a warning. The game is one thing, the glare is another. In today's era of viral clips and non-stop commentary, every swing Charlie takes is magnified, every miss dissected. The galleries that once cheered now double as global audiences, and for a teenager, that spotlight can be suffocating. Still, within Nicklaus's caution lies admiration. He sees in Charlie not just talent but resolve, a quiet toughness that will define whether he thrives or fades. Because for Charlie Woods, the challenge ahead isn't just about hitting greens and draining putts. It's about learning to live with greatness, his father's, and now, potentially, his own. When Gary Nicklaus faced pressure in the 1980s, the media gave him space to breathe. Today, Charlie Woods has no such luxury. Every swing, smile, and stumble is magnified in real time by social media's endless cycle of clips, comments, and comparisons. Jack Nicklaus himself has admitted that Charlie's challenge is far greater than his son's ever was. Not because of golf, but because of the noise surrounding it. He praises Charlie's elegant swing and calm demeanor, but questions whether any teenager can truly comprehend what it means to live under a microscope this intense. Each success fuels the very storm he must learn to weather. The more he wins, the louder the spotlight becomes. For Charlie, mastering golf's physical demands is only half the journey. The rest lies in cultivating the mental armor to carry the Woods name without letting it crush him. Tiger understands that better than anyone. He's not just raising a competitor, he's raising a son. His approach is intentional and protective, carefully choosing tournaments, limiting interviews, and focusing on growth over glory. Every decision reflects a father's understanding of how fame can consume even the strongest minds. Tiger's message remains simple but profound. Let Charlie love the game before chasing its rewards. The balance he seeks, between pushing and protecting, guiding and letting go, may be the most important legacy he ever passes down. Beginning. Every fairway he walks now carries echoes of expectation, but also the promise of something uniquely his. The name on his bag may open doors, but it's his swing, his composure, and his resilience that will decide how far he goes. For Tiger, watching from just outside the ropes, this isn't about reliving his own glory. It's about witnessing the birth of something new. The torch isn't being handed over, it's being earned. One round, one setback, one breakthrough at a time. Charlie Woods' story is no longer about living up to a legacy. It's about building one of his own,